Hey there YouTube, back again with my 78 Chevy K10 Silverado, and I recently made an upgrade to the truck to help out with some steering issue. I was getting a little bit of a bump steer at certain times, and this has got, I believe, a 5-inch lift on it or so, but one of the things I wanted to replace, which was worn out, was the old steering stabilizer. The steering stabilizer I had on here was a Rancho RS5404. This is the same model and everything, but I wanted to go through with maybe some helpful tips that would maybe help you guys, that would have saved me a little bit of time. First step in the procedure, I took off on this side, I took off the stud, which was super easy. Came over to this side, slid the steering stabilizer off. Very simple. Now the box with this brand new stabilizer came with new hardware, as you can see here, a new stud and a new stud over here. Now this side went in perfectly easy, and what I should have done was left my old stud, old castle nut and everything here, but since it came with the new one, I felt like I should put the new one on. That was where the hard part came in. I worked on it, could not get that thing off. And the piece of advice I'd like to offer you guys is, if the stud is still in good shape, what I would do is I would just take the stabilizer off and put it back on this side. Now on this side here, it's super easy to replace the stud, and you should. But this one here with the castle nut and the cotter pin, if all that's in good shape, just slide that steering stabilizer on. Now, after beating on it, and I was going to put heat on it, which before I did, luckily my dad had this tool here. With this is a tie rod puller, which you could get at any of your local hardware stores, like Harbor Freight, or even at a parts store like O'Reilly's or Advanced Auto. And what I had to do was I put this right, I captured that, and then I tightened it down by hand, and then I began using a wrench and just worked it slowly but surely, and then boom, it finally popped out. And at that point, the new one was super easy to put in, and now the steering stabilizer is good to go. The thing is if I would have looked back, I would have just, like I mentioned earlier, swapped that steering stabilizer, left that stud there. There was nothing wrong with it, and I would have been set. 10-minute job max. It turned into a couple-hour job here and there, but if indeed you are wanting to replace that stud, I would definitely recommend buying one of these. There's the part number. I think this may have been from O'Reilly. I think that's Power Tool or Performance Tool brand, W80557, and it's a tie rod press, basically. They sell them at Harbor Freight too. I seen them on their website, and I think they're like 10-15 bucks. But this is just a piece of advice. If you guys have any questions or anything relating to this upgrade, please let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I mean, I was able to do it, but there was a point where I was like, oh man, when's if I can't get this thing off? And now I'm stuck, and I had destroyed the bolt, and it just turned into an issue. But FYI, this part came off real easy. Replace that hardware. If this hardware is still in good shape, just slide the steering stabilizer on, tighten it down like you're supposed to, and you'll be set. Also, last piece of advice, Rancho shocks and steering stabilizers have a lifetime warranty, pending that you guys hang on to your original receipt, or that shop has you in their system. Keep that in mind. And once again, this has helped with my bump steer since adding it, and it wasn't real bad. It didn't happen all the time, but the other one just wasn't, it had no resistance really, and this was an easy upgrade. So like I said, mention anything in the comments, questions, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Thanks. Good luck.